Ms Mika here in the art room. Today we're going to be looking at constructing a chocolate machine for our magical chocolate making factory. To do that, we have some really cool materials for you to try with today. We're going to be using corrugated cardboard. This is the same kind of cardboard that we use when we move house or when you get a delivery and inside the cardboard box you have things. So you can have a look at this cardboard. You might notice that the cardboard has these bumpy edges. Can you see them? I mean, you can inspect your own piece of cardboard that you're given. And this is the corrugation. It means that the cardboard is not easily bent. It keeps the things inside the box safe. So if you bent it really hard, of course it will bend. We're going to do a little bit of cardboard bending as well, and you'll notice that I have lots of different size pieces. It doesn't matter what you're given, you'll be getting 2 different pieces today to construct and cut and screw together. What tools do we have? So we have some really nifty cardboard tools, thanks to the make-do makers. You'll find here a little saw. We have small teeth, which actually feel a bit rough on your skin, so be very careful when you use them. And we have one side with big teeth. They're not going to cut you unless you use them incorrectly. So we're going to use this like we're sawing wood. Carefully though, because if you go a bit crazy, you might hurt yourself and you might actually ruin the cardboard that you've been given. Just so you know, your amazing assistant teachers have been measuring and drawing all the guidelines for you today. So you need to look and find them and say a big thank you. So they've helped you as well. And these little cool blue things, each class will get a little bowl or a few pieces of these. They're kind of like screws. They have that curly tail and it allows cardboard to be joined together. You can see here I have an example of a box or a piece that I've made out of a flat piece of cardboard. See this long rectangle? It was made out of this piece of cardboard. You're going to be able to do that too. So how do I begin? How do I begin? Let's have a look. If you're given a piece of cardboard that has 4 little guidelines in it, you might be given this little baby piece, right? It's the same idea. So let's start with this piece first. And if you get a big piece, then you might be constructing a size this big. Or if you get a little piece, you might be constructing a special little piece like this. All the pieces that you make today, we're going to keep them and ask our Willy Wonka Oompa Loompas to put together the machine for us. And it's going to be somewhere in school so that we have our very own chocolate machine. How exciting. So how do we do this? So let's start with a piece. Let's start with a big piece. We would take our saw. You can try using the big teeth or the little teeth. I'm going to use the big teeth of my saw. And I'm only going to cut down along this line to here, trying to be as accurate as I can. So if I hold my cardboard, maybe on the floor or on your table, you can carefully try to hold it. What a great sound. And done. I just went down to the bottom of that line and now we have our cut. So you would do that for all of your sections. Okay, you still with me? I think so. That was harder than I thought. So take your time, be really careful. And it's a new skill to apply using the sawing tool. Okay, the next step is how do we construct now this into this? So we need to be able to fold some of these edges. So on the table, I'm going to find the end of the line and I'm just going to fold these pieces up like this. Can you see that? Kind of fold them. So we get these flaps on either side as best you can, as straight as you can. Okay, fold them up. Try and get them in line. We might give you guys a little ruler to kind of hold the ruler there and fold it up. And then we fold from this line. Can you see that there's all the corrugated cardboard lines going this way in the cardboard? We want to fold the line from one edge of the smaller flaps up so that we get the side of the box. So I'm going to hold it like that. We get this edge, pull it towards you, give it a good fold. Okay, we've got one side. You can see the box kind of coming up, can't you? Let's do it on the other long side of the box. So from the inner flap edges, we can kind of put our finger there, pull that up like that. Ooh, my table is squeaky. Pull it up like that. Then you've got these flaps, okay? They go up as well and in. Can you see that? So you have to watch this video carefully. Pull the little flaps up and join the long sides in. That means that now we just have to fold this one up like that, hold them in place. You might need to get some help. Be careful you keep distance, that you work together if you're working with someone. And then you have this side, so the little flaps in and then the big flap up. I just made a box. It could be this way on the machine, it could be this way, maybe the boxes come out of here, or maybe the chocolate would flow out of this section of the machine. All the possibilities. So now how do I join it together? This is my favorite part. So what I'm going to do, with the screwdriver, we have the little grey screwdriver. We're going to use also the saw, and at the end of the saw you have this spike. Okay, you need to be careful you don't hurt anybody or yourself. But we use the spike to help us puncture, make a little hole in between the two layers that you want to join together. So I want to join these two layers together, like that. So I hold them in place. You can use your table. Hold them in place, and with your pokey end, push it through the cardboard layers. Okay, can you see it's through there? You see that little bit? I have my hole. So now we take our screwdriver, we take one of the screws and we stick it on. See? I just put it on that end, it fits perfectly. Then I can put the end of the screw into the little hole, make sure the hole is lined up with where you punctured it, and just like we construct with normal tools, you need to screw this rotating action, screw it into your cardboard box all the way in. Pull it off. Check it out. Look at that. So the screw's gone all the way through those layers. It's holding strong in place, and we can do that with all of these parts. So I'll just quickly refresh. Puncture your hole, take your little screw, put it on the end, put it in the little hole, and screw it down, rotating clockwise to the right, rotating it in. I like to remember which direction do we rotate, and if you go right is tight, right is tight. Same as if you were turning a tap on or off, okay? Right is off, right is tight. Look at that! See? I've just screwed my end of my box together. And if you were doing the little box, it would be the same principles, just with smaller flaps. Folding in the edges, bringing in the flaps, pulling at the other end, and screwing it together. So nice. So that's how you do the box with the 4 little lines. What if you got this piece? Why would you get this piece? What would we use this in the machine? Why would it be there? We need people to cut out these shapes because we need some kind of funnels to be able to pour all the ingredients down into the machine. So we're going to create some funnels. Now to do that, you use these, I call them petals. It's a little bit of a template, and it means that you can already see it's like a bit of a chute where you could pour in your sugar or pour in your sweet pink liquid that tastes like strawberry, or pour down your sprinkles so they can go down into the machine, okay? So we need to get special people to cut this out carefully. And it's a little bit tricky because you need to saw the cardboard a lot. But take your time, you can do it. Enjoy the sound. And by accident, that's okay. We can tape it up and it can still work in the machine. So take it really careful. You might even want to try with some scissors, but I like to kind of hold the cardboard against me and to the table. And this has got a curved line. So you can kind of follow that carefully. Another tip here is be really careful. As you get closer, it's really tempting to keep ripping and tear it because you might get impatient. Don't do that. I nearly did. And I've already got a tear coming into my cardboard piece and it will destroy the shape. You can also see you get quite a rough edge. That's okay, that's character. That's the style of our machine. So as you get down the bottom and it starts bending and folding in different ways, just hold the cardboard closer. You might even want to turn it around and come at it from the other side rather than, if you've got that tear, it's okay. Just start from the other side and maybe you can connect it and keep it strong. Okay, I'm almost there. So can you see how careful I was trying to cut? But even then, mine's not perfect. That's okay. It means we can still fold it, and I've still got to cut that side off, but it means we can join it and start making a kind of funnel shape. Cool, right? Okay, so you might get a piece with lots of lines like this. These lines are really great. They're going to be telling us that we need to fold on those lines, not cut them. If you cut it off, you won't get the shape that we're trying to get for the chocolate machine. So the shape we're trying to get are these tubes, or I call them rollers, as they roll. Okay, we could use these as a section that chocolates would pass through, or the liquid would pour down, or it might be a conveyor belt. You know where the little chocolates would kind of go along a conveyor belt in a factory? I'm sure you've been looking at those. So underneath the conveyor belt there are wheels that help move the belt. So we might need to get many rollers involved to make the belt. This is what this is. So you will find that you will get lines here to guide you to kind of fold the cardboard into sections. And this is really nice because it's all curved. We actually want to fold a lot of this cardboard so it feels like I'm making bread or something, rolling it up. So follow the corrugation of the cardboard, and as best you can with your hands on either side, fold and fold. And then I can't get further, so I'm just going to change direction. Go from the other side. Roll and fold. Let's see if we can make one of these conveyor belt tubes. Okay, it's nice and bendy now. It's changed from being flat to curved, thanks to the corrugation of the cardboard. So now I'm going to join, needs a little bit more folding here, so really check that it's nice and bent. And with those guidelines, we can kind of fold and join it around together. Now we need it to hold in place, so you're going to need two screws, okay? You don't need 10 screws. There won't be enough screws for everybody. So take the puncture hole, puncture through. You should punch through both layers of cardboard. Yeah, I can see the little peg in there. I don't think you can. So puncture through, then take your screwdriver and put it in to the screw. Now we can put the little blue end in and join those pieces together. Right is tight, rotating it around. I mean, we might only need one pin. Maybe you just do one in the middle. That's a good idea. So we get more pegs or pins, screws for more boxes. Okay? So we have a lot of different shapes that you guys get to make today. I think you will all get the opportunity to at least make 2 different pieces. And then you need to clean up your room really well. And if there's any leftover tools, leftover screws, put them back on the box. And then next week we should be able to paint them. How exciting. I can't wait to see the Oompa Loompas construct our very own magical chocolate machine. Have a great art lesson, everyone. Bye!